You've probably seen these fidget stars online. They spin, they look really cool, and they also look insanely complex. But we're going to design one from scratch in Fusion 360 in a really simple way. I'll take you step by step with no crazy tools, and by the end of this video you can design and make your own ready for print. So here we are in Fusion 360, and like any other project, we're gonna start on the top and we're gonna create a sketch. So in this sketch, I want to make the base of my fidget toys. It can be like a flower pattern, it can be even a square. Anything is possible. You just need to create a shape, and then using that shape you can follow the same instructions with your own shape. Okay, so in this case I want to create a star, and I'm gonna start on this, and I want to take a line and make it about 50 mil high. Okay, now if I take another line and go somewhere here, it doesn't really matter where you put it as long as you remember this degrees number. So let's take it to 45 degrees. That looks like a simple number to remember. And then we're simply gonna mirror this line according to this line. So we're gonna select mirror line, we're gonna put it there, and then say OK. Now we don't really need this line anymore. We're gonna take this line, and we're gonna select them and create a circular pattern from the center point, this. Now I want quantity to be a bit more, so I'm gonna go with 4. That's gonna create me a square. If I go 5, 6, 7, let's say 7, that would look nice. 8, it looks interesting. 9, let's go with 9. Okay, so we're gonna click OK, and we want to trim all of these extra lines. So we're gonna take the scissors and we're just gonna go ahead and trim all of these. Now that we have a simple star, while we are still in this sketch, what we're gonna do is create a rectangle. So we're gonna use the rectangle 2-point rectangle tool, and we're gonna choose on this side, we're gonna choose the center point. So we're gonna start from this and make a rectangle just bigger than the shape you made. Don't worry about how big it is, it can be this big as long as it's bigger than the original shape you made, and say finish sketch. Now we want to create another shape exactly like this but smaller on a different plane. So we're gonna go here to construct, I'm gonna say offset plane, and we will choose this plane, and we're gonna go offset by, let's go 50. Okay, so about 50 millimeters. Okay, and now we need to create the exact same star onto this plane but way smaller. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a line from here, go about 7 millimeters, and from that line we're gonna go down at 45 degrees. We're gonna create another line which we will mirror according to this line. Then we're gonna delete this line, we're gonna select both of them and create a circular pattern with a center point here, and then we use 9, same like the other one. Okay, that looks good. I like to tidy up here, so I'm gonna trim, use this to trim everything I don't need. Okay, now we have a simple star on top of our star. Okay, So now we just need to select them holding shift. While we have them selected, we're gonna go and create a loft. Simple loft, just say OK. And now we have a body. We have a shape of the fidget spinner we want, and it's kind of pointy. And this is what we're gonna use to create all of the layers. Before I continue, thank you for watching my video, and if you like it, please subscribe and like this video. This really helps my channel and it helps me make more videos like this for you. And let's get back to designing. So now what we're doing, we're gonna create half of the top of the fidget toy, and we'll mirror it to create the bottom. So now what we want to do is click on both of these and shell, and we're gonna use 0.84, and that 0.84 is 2 lines of my 3D printer nozzle. So by default I'm using 0.42 times 2, 0.84. Okay, let's now create a pattern, a rectangular pattern, and we're going to select our body as our object, and we're going to select the axis, the Z axis. And what we want to do is go down as far as the last piece of our copy of our pattern passes the middle of this, almost in the 3/4 of the height of this, maybe even less. Okay, so somewhere about, let's say, here. And we want the quantity to go somewhere around 12. And you can actually play with this, see how that works for you. If you want to make it bigger, you can make it bigger. Maybe it's too much, let's say 10, see how that goes. And we say, okay, 10 should be fine for me. If you're making a bigger one, you can do more than 10. Now, so next we're gonna hide all of these bodies, and we want to look at our first sketch. We're gonna select both of the areas in our first sketch, and with the bodies visible, we can say extrude and call it -50, let's say. Okay, so what that's gonna do is gonna cut all of these projections, all of these patterns down from that sketch. Now we want to do the same thing, but we need to do it about 5 to 6 mil away from this plane. So we're going to create another offset plane, and we're going to choose offset from this one, and we're going to call it 8 mil. So we're going to make a thicker one. Okay, so at 8 mil, we're going to create another sketch from here, and we want to create another rectangle. Finish the sketch. We're going to choose the rectangle, and we want to extrude past this point. Okay, so we're going to delete everything there. And there you have it. That's your half of the fidget toy. Okay, now it's a simple case of selecting all of them. You click on the first body, you hold shift, and you click on the last body, and what that does is select all of your bodies, and we simply move copy, and we want to rotate. Make sure you have objects bodies, selection all 10 of them. Move type, we're going to go to rotate, and we're going to select the Z axis, but we don't see it, so we're going to go back to origin and make it visible. And we can select either Z or y-axis. So in this case, I've got y in view, so I'm just going to click y. And I'm going to type here 1/8, so that gives me 180 degrees. And select create a copy. Okay? And that gives me the entire star made, ready to send to 3D print. If I hide the origin, you will see the star. So it's made out of bodies here. You see, half and half. So now what I can do is select all of them. Make sure I have everything selected here and just simply export as an STL file. Now if I open my Baboo Studio, I can just drag and drop the 9-point star I've just saved, and there it is, ready for print. One setting I always try to use when I print this type of fidget toys is one of them would be to hide the seam. So I'm going to go to seam position, I'm going to say back and slice plate, and that's going to align all my seam onto one of the corners, into a tight corner. And the other thing, it would be to go to wall generator, and instead of classic, put it to Arachne. And the reason I'm doing this, if you look at the classic wall generator, the 3D printer has 2 thicker lines and 1 tiny line in the middle. If you go from classic to Arachne and slice again, you will see that only 2 lines are used per layer. So we don't have the line in the middle. That drops the time of printing by quite a lot. Okay, so this file is ready to send to print, and let's see how it goes.